So you want to work in the film industry? Let's talk about how you can get in. My name is Andrew Morgan Smith. I'm a film and TV composer. I've worked on everything from Disney animation to theatrical release movies, something like 80 feature films. So there are generally three ways to get into the film industry. First is I work in a related field and I want to transition into film full time. So I'm a music artist. I'm a classical composer. I'm a music video or commercial director. And I want to transfer into this other world. And it's not an easy task because you've learned a lot of things in this other industry that are related, but they're not done the same way in the film industry. I once had a teacher tell me Juilliard composers aren't film composers. And what he meant by that was you just process music differently. Music is secondary to the picture. So you have to unlearn a lot of things whenever you go from a related industry to another. And if you're something like a music artist, there are benefits because, oh, well, you may have a big following and now you're Daft Punk making a score for Tron, which is awesome. But also, it's not a one-to-one change. You still have that. There's a different way of doing things in the film industry. The second way is you work your way up from the bottom. So you're an intern, you're a PA, you're an assistant. You are working your way up and learning the ropes while you're observing work being done, which jobs are hard to get, but in a lot of ways you avoid the pratfalls that you would outside of the industry. So you get to see how everything is done, how everything is made, because everything has a very specific way of doing, delivering, stemming, writing, structure, all these things that you get to learn on the job. Last is you brute force your way in. You start and you just start making stuff and you reach out to people and you do all the networking and legwork, which is hard. This is how I did this. It is so much harder in a lot of ways because you make a bunch of mistakes that if you had been an assistant or been an intern, you'd avoid. And I remember learning things from other composers and being like, oh, that's why that was so hard to do, right? Because I learned from talking to other people or from some other filmmaker, and you just realize, oh, there's a much easier way to do this, and I've been doing it all wrong for years. The big benefit of coming in from the outside in any way, whether you're a filmmaker, composer, whatever, is that you develop your own way of doing things, and it results in your own style of things, which I think is underrated in today's day and age because so many composers come up in interning with some other composer and they come out of that job sounding like that composer, which may not be a bad thing. Like you can get pushed, to do a job because you worked for this person, but also it takes more time to develop your own style and sensibilities to be sought after for your sensibilities. So, I think those are kind of the big things. Did I leave anything out? Let me know.